everyone! Welcome to episode 25 of Franklin Fiber, my knitting, spinning, and fiber-related podcast. I'm Julie, also known as Lovey Lamb, L-O-V-E-E-L-A-M-B, on Instagram and on Ravelry. So welcome to the show. If this is your first time watching, then hi! It's good to see you. This isn't going to be a typical show in that it's going to be cut a little short, but that's okay, because it's been such a long time since I've seen you, all of you people who are returning viewers. Not really. I posted my last update on Tuesday, but in fact it was recorded the prior Tuesday. So it seems like I'm posting, in quick succession, but in fact it's been 2 weeks? No, a week and a half. Right, today's Thursday. It's the 16th today, October 16th. So it's been a week and a half since I last recorded. But you wouldn't really know that from what I'm about to show you. Also, hope you're digging the Harry Styles inspired hairdo I've got rocking today. That's a little unintentional, but I'm going with it, pretending that I'm just a huge One Direction fan and did this on purpose. Anyway, let's talk knitting. Let's get serious. This is going to be sort of like the therapist couch today. Or I guess you're the therapist? I don't know. It's the internet. Everything's weird. Anyway, so knitting. Now, if you recall, if you have tuned in before, I have been making a Rhinebeck vest. Rhinebeck Sheep and Wool Festival is this weekend. It's on Saturday and Sunday, but I'll only be there on Saturday. And as is traditional, I attempted a Rhinebeck sweater to be able to wear to the festival. A sweater, handmade by me. And I guess for me, the tradition is to attempt to make a Rhinebeck sweater. Because so far, not really having great luck with that one. But you know what? Who am I to break with tradition this year and have a successful Rhinebeck sweater completed in advance? So here's the sweater. Where did the rest of it go? Oh shoot, I left it in the tote bag. Okay, well let me show you this first. This is the front. You've seen it before if you've watched before. It's the wood hollow vest. Lovely cables, everything is perfect. What's not to love? Fit feels really good. So this is the front. It's been completed for a while. As I mentioned previously, I went with a vest because I thought it'd be easier for me to complete. Let me show you the progress I've made on the back. Hang on, gotta pause. Magic, I'm back. So you saw this last week, and it didn't look a whole lot bigger, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, it does have a full back. It's not some kind of scoop back or like sexy J-Lo vest. It is a normal vest, but this is all I've done so far. Not enough, in other words. This is the yarn I had used to make my Acer cardigan and failed at it when, after everything was going swimmingly, I decided to go rogue, go off pattern, and totally screwed it up. So I unknit it, just ripped it out into this ball and started making this. I think maybe this yarn is cursed. I think that maybe this yarn is never going to make it into a finished object. I do kind of believe in curses and spells. Not in the Harry Potter way, but in I do think that intentions can be imbued in things. The way that when you hand knit someone a gift and every time, every stitch that you make in it, you sort of, you have these wonderful intentions and you imbue it with this love and this spirit and that, you hope follows the garment. Well, I think that somehow I imbued this with spite and hatred and failure because that's what's coming out of it. Oh, don't play on that. Sorry, Kitty wants to make a bed out of my sweater. Okay, anyway. It's Cascade 220 in the Highland Green on size 6 needles. The back is in the pattern is patterned, has a cable pattern. I left it off in hopes that it would go more quickly. It's kind of screwed up the dimensions though, because as you know, cables draw in a fabric, and I didn't omit any stitches when I cast this on. I cast on the normal amount for the back, so it's wider than it should be. So basically, why hasn't this gotten done? I've had a week and a half to work on it. That should be more than enough for a panel of stockinette. Well, between last week I was just feeling really glum, and then I got sick, and that led to a week and a half of just sad binge watching of Netflix and nothing else getting done. So yeah, and then throw in a wedding also, a multi-day affair or wedding in which I was a bridesmaid. Not a whole lot got done. And so then, like, yesterday, I was finally feeling a little better, and I started, like, I looked at this and I thought, oh God, I should be doing that. But instead, I found myself doing everything else besides knitting on this sweater, and then just feeling guilty about the fact that I wasn't knitting on this sweater. And the same thing this morning, I was just like, I was just finding other tasks to do and feeling bad about not knitting on this. And then this afternoon, or I guess it was this morning, like 11 o'clock, I had kind of an epiphany, which is, hey, don't play in there, which is, it's okay. It is okay. It's okay to not have a Rhinebeck sweater. It's okay to not want to work on your Rhinebeck sweater. I'm not beating myself up over this, but I'm also not killing myself trying to make it. If by some miracle I finish the entire back of this, seam it together, and do the armholes and neck band, that's great. I'm thrilled, and I'll wear it to Rhinebeck with a smile on my face. But if I don't finish it, still going to Rhinebeck, still gonna have a smile on my face. It's okay, folks. So this is my message to all of you out there who may find yourself in the same boat as I am, which is Rhinebeck is 3 days away, and I didn't finish my sweater. And so my public service announcement is just be happy. Life is too short to work yourself up over a sweater for a specific day because of some tradition. It's lovely for those of you who had your act together a little sooner and got to make a sweater. I look forward to seeing all of your beautiful creations at Rhinebeck. But if you don't see mine, I'm not gonna get upset about it. I know you're not gonna get upset about it. It's about the moment, it's about being there, it's about enjoying this beautiful place in a beautiful setting with beautiful people and beautiful yarn and beautiful animals and all the things that I love about Rhinebeck. So I let it go, and I feel so much better. I went for a walk. I went down and stood by the ocean for like an hour and didn't do anything. I didn't knit. I didn't do chores. I didn't cross anything off the to-do list. I just stood there and looked at the ocean, and it was beautiful. And that's what I needed, And after I'm done with this podcast, I'm probably not going to pick this up right away. Since I let go of this burden that's been hanging over my head, I feel like my creativity has just come back. Because everything was just all my energy was being channeled into this frustration of a project and this timeline and this stress. And now I feel like, oh my gosh, guys, I have a life. I have a creative life. This was sucking up all my creative energy. So after I'm done with this podcast, I found in my closet, last time I was at Michael's, I bought some cheapo watercolors, and I found my old brushes, got my watercolor pad, and you know what I'm gonna do? Something I haven't done in a really long time, which is just play with paint. It's not knitting, it's not fiber related, but that's okay. You do you, as they say on the internets. So what else happened? This is my Halloween sock. It's still just one sock. Haven't cast on the other one. In my frustration or my dread of the Rhinebeck sweater, I cast on something else because I couldn't. It was my way of procrastinating and not getting that done was to cast on something else. So I cast on a toe-up sock. This is just the wee little toe and a little bit of the foot. On DK yarn. It's Barocco Comfort DK, which is a light DK. Chain ply, acrylic, and I think maybe all acrylic. No, nylon and acrylic. So it's not luxury yarn, but it feels really soft. And I know that it's I think it was intended to be baby yarn, for a baby hat or a sweater. But I love these little pastel confetti blips. They make me really happy. I love how it's coming out. There was already a knot in it, but I don't care. I just love it. And these are the kinds of things that make me happy. House socks with little blips of pastel rainbows. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing what I want, man. Oh, and this was the yarn that was given to me by Sharon, Seashore Sharon, the lovely and generous person that she is. She also gave me this awesome little bag. I think it's so cool. In commemorating our Monday coffee knitting group. So it's super cute. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you again for everything. That's where that project lives. So that is something new. It's just a vanilla sock with a toe up Judy's Magic cast on size 3s. I think those are, yeah, size 3. What else? Spinning. Remember those silk hankies? I haven't done any of that. I just feel like everything became obligation-y this month, and I'm just kind of letting go of that. The spinning, I'm enjoying it, but it's difficult. I haven't really hit my stride yet with these silk hankies. They can be a little frustrating. They stick to everything. They spin super fine. But again, I'm just like, you know what? If I don't feel like spinning, I'm not gonna spin. So that's it for knitting and spinning. It's a whole lot, I know. And then my only other thing I wanted to show you was, once again, if you come to the podcaster meetup at Rhinebeck, which is being held on Saturday, the time, hang on, I'm gonna pause and give you the right time. Okay, back with the proper time. I didn't want to give you the wrong time. So it is on Saturday at 12:30 on the hill. The hill, it's kind of hard for me to describe where it is. You'll know it when you see it, when you're there, I mean. I think it's like behind one of the, behind the like big long barns thingies. Don't worry, you'll find it. I'll find it too. So that's at 12:30. Bring some apple cider and a bit of lunch and we can all hang out. I'm really excited to meet other podcasters and to meet viewers. So 12:30, be there or be square. And I have my little gifties. And this is another thing I did once I gave up on the sweater project, or just gave up on it being perfect or done, is I made little tags. So here are the stitch markers that I made with Sharon that I'm giving away. It's 5 little captive bead, is that focusing? 5 little bead stitch markers and 1 kind of fancy one to mark the end of a row or whatever, on a little keychainy thing. I'm being super descriptive, like language, vocab is flowing right now. They're really cute and I'm really excited to give them away. And what did I want to say? Oh yeah, the tags. I made little tags for them. So here's my little Franklin fiber with the little website address on there, and a little bit of scrappy yarn. It was fun making them. And I felt a sense of completion after I was done, which is always nice. So I don't have that many of them to give out. I have about 15 total. So I don't know, get there early, man. I might try to come up with something else to give away in case I run out of these. But hey, you know, handmade stitch markers for free. Can I entice you to come now? So yeah, and I'm really excited to give those away. Really excited to hopefully meet a few of you, and just really excited for Rhinebeck. I don't have any shopping list in mind. I want to check everything out. I love just wandering around and seeing what's available, what's new, and discovering new companies. One thing I really was hoping to find this time around is fiber, spinning fiber, hand dyed, in breeds or wool types that I haven't spun before. That to me is like always the coolest part about Rhinebeck, is shopping for spinning fiber, because there is something really tactile about spinning fiber, especially when it's a breed that you don't know. And online, I mean, you can read descriptions of different fiber types and, you know, this is soft, this is good for this is this kind of staple length. But once you're actually there in person and you can see the luster, you can feel how soft it is or how rustic it is, and just see how those qualities work together with the different dyeing, the different dye jobs that are on there. It makes such a huge difference to me. And so I kind of get cold feet buying that stuff online, because I am a really tactile person, as I'm sure many of you are too, seeing as you knit and spin, and these are inherently tactile pursuits. So that's one thing I love about Rhinebeck, is being able to discover these different new things that I haven't seen before in person. So that's one thing that I'm looking for. Also maybe looking for some undyed yarn. If I found maybe a local mill I know I have seen it before, but I can't remember where or when, but local mills that will sell undyed fiber. I would love to get my hands on some of that because I haven't dyed fiber in a while, and I would love to be able to try that with not using the just kind of standard yarn blanks that are available now. You know, I mean, like, what am I trying to say? Basically, the sock yarn blanks, like the merino nylon superwash sock yarn undyed hanks, or the MCN merino cashmere nylon hanks. Those are all really nice and lovely. But for me, one thing I love about crafting is discovering new things and trying new things. So if I found some really, I don't even know, just something that I haven't seen before that I can try dyeing up, I think that would be really fun. So those are the only two things that I'm really looking for. Other than that, I just kind of let whim strike as it may and hopefully stay within a budget. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap this up now, but hopefully I'll see you at Rhinebeck. I am just gonna be there on Saturday. I'm taking the train up. If anyone else is on the Amtrak 7 a.m. train, I'll see you there. It is kind of cool taking the train from New York up there in the morning because like 3/4 of the people on that train are knitting. And wearing awesome Rhinebeck sweaters or cool hats or shawls, and it's just like it feels like you're on a school trip or something. You all have the same interest and you're all going to the same place, and it's a great 2 hours, and it's also really beautiful on that train. So I'll be getting in at like 9:30 after the walk, and I'll just be wandering around. So if you see me, say hi. I would love to see all of you, or all of you who can make it. And anyone who can't make it, don't worry about it. There's lots of fiber festivals all across the country, and I believe across the world. I know there's definitely some in Europe. That's really not very specific. But, and there's always, these are the kinds of things that you could plan for. I heard about Rhinebeck for like 2 years before I actually went. And that excitement just sort of built. And it made the experience so much cooler because it had all this excitement behind it. So if you don't make it, don't worry about it, don't feel bad. But enjoy whatever you're doing this weekend. So head on over to the Ravelry group. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't do this. I was gonna put up a post about, hey, are you gonna be at Rhinebeck? Let me know. I'm terrible. This week was really not that great for me. I'm sorry. I know you understand. So I'm gonna put it up right now. And so anyway, head over to the Ravelry group, join that. We're almost at 100 members. When we hit 100 members, I'm gonna do a giveaway. So join the group. If you're gonna be at Rhinebeck, drop me a line. And otherwise, I'll see you next week, next Monday, with some real progress to talk about, hopefully. But I'll still be smiling, even if I don't. Okay, everyone, have a great, lovely weekend. And until next time, stay crafty. Bye.